Ooh, that's nice. Those beds look oh, they have a million pillows.
A million pillows.
Hallelujah.
That's what everybody needs is a million pillows.
A million.
Alright, welcome to our home for the night. Just got the phone call. The RV is ready, so I'm headed down there now. They want me to do a test run and pull a steep grade to make sure that everything is working as it's supposed to be and that I'm not overheating. Okay, so I got the Jeep hooked up, and now one of their mechanics is going to be riding with me, and he's going to be monitoring the system as we're driving to make sure everything is working operationally. Okay, so we're headed off on our test run to see how it's performing. I got John in the back. He's on the computer checking to make sure that all the codes and everything are... Well, what are you doing? Not codes, but you're just kind of checking...
Checking coolant temperature,
okay.
Verifying that your gauge and what the sensors has is actually the same.
So what is the normal operating temperature for these engines, do you know?
Should be between 190 and 205.
Okay. So we've been running for a few miles now, and engine transmission temps at 221 now. The incline's not that severe. I mean, I am going uphill, but it's nothing major, so it's still overheating. It got all the way up to 230. Pulling over at this little turnaround spot and head back to the shop. Well, shoot. Don't know what's going on. When I turned around, we got out, me and the mechanic did, and he noticed a little bit of coolant that was on the ground. Thinks there could be a coolant leak somewhere. I don't feel like the fan is working properly. Like, I don't feel that air pushing through the radiator like I should, which was a concern of mine, but I thought maybe it was just because of the clogged radiator, but they steam cleaned it. But I still just don't feel that massive air pushing through. So, but I'm no mechanic, I don't know. But hopefully these guys can get it figured out. So, looks like we're not leaving today, and maybe back to the motel room, I'm not sure.
Hello?
Hey, is Mommy there?
Mommy, Daddy, hey, Daddy.
Hey. Well, it's not fixed.
Oh my goodness, are you serious?
Yep.
What's going on?
It's still overheating. It still got up to 230 degrees, so we're back at the shop now. He thinks it could be either the thermostats or water pump or possibly both. So anyway, I'm headed back to the hotel, and I guess we'll just pay for another night there. I guess. I don't know what else to do.
Okay. I have every single thing perfectly packed. Kids dress, shoes on, teeth brushed. I mean, we're just sitting here waiting because we thought we were leaving.
I know, me too.
Well, hey, I'm glad that they did that, and test drove it. They're going to make sure that it is fixed before we leave out of there.
That's what I'm glad they did too, and it's... Oh well, it is what it is, so I'm headed back.
Okay, well, we'll figure out what to do once we get here.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye. So I just checked with the front desk, and we booked this through Hotwire, which Hotwire is what we use a lot for, just 1 or 2 night stays, because we can get a discount, usually 20-30% on a room. I went to the front desk, asked them what the room rate would be with them if we stayed another night. It'd probably be about $175. We'll see. Hi guys. So what's the verdict, Mommy?
Heads Carolina, tails California.
Sing it.
I'm just such an amazing singer. We're gonna have an epic day doing we have no idea what.
Yeah, so we're gonna leave this hotel. We don't want to pay another $170 for another night, so we're gonna leave.
We're over this whole town. Yeah.
It's time to move on.
Yeah, it's time to move on.
So we're just gonna move on to someplace we have no idea where. That's the greatness about this life.
That's right.
Where we going, we have no idea.
Are we going
We got everything.
Grady said, let's go to a city. I'm thinking, let's find a waterfall. I want to find a creek and just sit on the side of it all day.
That sounds nice.
Sun on my face.
What do you say, sun?
Chase.
Sun is medicine to your soul?
It is. It's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
If I'm ever sick, you always just throw me out in the sun and say, get better. Today's another day we can make great memories that we don't even know what they're going to be. How cool is that? Every Tuesday usually is the same for most people, but every Tuesday is different for us. So let's turn our frowns upside down, okay? Okay, happy hearts. Let's do it.
We're just going to make the most of this day. Like Lane said, whenever you face struggles and trials, you have two ways of responding, negatively or positively. And we choose positive. Now see, if the RV wouldn't have needed another day, we wouldn't have stumbled across this amazing place of Medicine Bow National Forest. Seen it on the map, but we thought, you know what, we don't have time to go to it. Turns out we were wrong, and it's quite incredible. Lane just smacked me as I was driving down the road. Moose, moose, moose!
Oh, he's looking this way. He's starting to look this way.
We're the Loftis family. My name's Michael.
He's over here. Hello.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
What do you guys think about your first moose?
It's cool.
What a discovery!
I know. It's so
Way to go,
fun.
Mom. Found the moose for us.
So cool.
Yep, this is the road for us.
Oh my goodness sakes.
I'm
Yes!
taping.
Oh, it's right there.
That is awesome. That is incredible, guys.
So is this day epic or what?
Isn't that awesome, guys?
No, he's falling though.
Oh, let's follow him.
There he goes.
That is so neat. I wonder if he's gonna go in there.
I bet he does.
Maybe if we get around the other side, we can see him.
That is incredible. Oh my goodness. So I just realized I'm gonna have to get a more telescopic lens because I've got it zoomed all the way in and this is the best it'll do. This is just absolutely incredible.
What are you guys wanting to do next while we're in these mountains?
Find some moose.
And
Have a snowball fight.
snowball fight in August.
Yeah.
Are you glad that we just took a road trip today?
Yeah.
Yeah?
And we're gonna build a snowman.
Is it epic?
Yeah. Guys, we already played in snow yesterday. Yeah.
I love this.
You better not throw that at me.
Yeah.
Ah! All right, had a quick little snowball fight, back to the Jeep. And we still gotta find a motel for the night. We don't even know where we're staying.
I won the snowball
It's part of the adventure. We're in a little bitty town
I
called,
said stop here
look,
instead of looking at your internet. Just
Old
stop
Corral.
like old-fashioned days. You just see a hotel and you stop at it, and it's so cute.
after we came down out of Medicine Bow, I was just expecting us to go on to Laramie, Wyoming. But we've seen this cute little town called Centennial. And they've got a cafe, they've got a little hotel, and the rate was reasonable. So we stopped and we're
Here
staying.
we are. Oh, look at this old police car
Where?
in front of you.
Oh, okay. Do you think that's one of those cars where they stage in town so that when you're coming through, you slow down because you see a cop car and you're like, oh, slow down.
Sitting on blocks, nobody's gonna be afraid.
Yeah, but you always see them. You gotta slow down. I think that's one of these. What do you think? But I just got a call from the RV shop. Guess what they said?
It's done.
Back at the diesel shop. So they replaced the thermostats. There was 2 of them that were bad. And so now we're gonna go for test drive number 2 and see if everything is working properly. And he's hooking up the computer now and we'll see what happens. So this is where we turned around yesterday. Okay, so we turned around. Now we're gonna go back up the other way. So we'll check and see how it's gonna do climbing this hill. Right now I'm at 194. Of course I had a little bit of time to cool off, but we'll see what it'll do going up this. Back in the shop. I'm starting to get a tad bit frustrated. Anyways, I'm not gonna let them, I'm not gonna leave here until this is fixed. Oh.
Is it fixed?
No, it's not fixed, guys.
In my school?
Hi. Guess it next to you.
Yeah. Just come join me. I've been surrounded by children brains.
Oh man. So my mechanic went and got a more seasoned mechanic, and the seasoned mechanic said if you're running over 200 degrees on this engine, you shouldn't be. When that's what I wanted to hear. I want to hear the right things and not the wrong things.
Yeah, you want, yeah.
Because that's what I suspected, was that anything over 200, we shouldn't be having that.
So anyways, what did
Regardless, so what they're doing now, the other mechanic thinks that my radiator could be compromised, so they're going to pull the lower radiator hose and check the interior of the radiator to see what's in there, rust or buildup or whatever is in there. That's what they're going to check for. So that's that.
If I
was a millionaire, I would call the private jet that I know must live in this town, and I would say, fly me to
Well,
Maine.
if we were millionaires, I don't think we'd have an 04 Class A.
Hey, you know what? My goal in life is, no matter how rich we are, to live
simple and to live affordable and to not overdo it. I know.
There ain't no
I
reason
agree.
for all that fancy schmancy.
I agree. All right.
Use our money to
So what are we going to do now?
Well, I'm going to move because Gabriel's saying, I'm out. I'm
Maybe you
out.
take the kids to the park or lunch again. Another Pizza Hut day?
No, I'm still full.
So just came back. This is day 3. Came back to the RV to kind of check on the progress. I want to show you guys something. Look at that. Wow. So that's why we were overheating and not cooling down. Oh my goodness. Good grief.
So all this is going to get cleaned off before any of that goes back in.
Yeah. Look at that, Lane.
That's a bad deal.
You see that?
Yeah, I actually have to scrape it off to get most of the buildup off. Right over here, you've got...
Oh my goodness.
Look at that. There's no...
That's a ½ inch just right here, and this was the main cause.
Right.
This probably caused the thermostats to go when they did.
Right.
Pressure washer wasn't doing anything for it.
No, not...
So I'm going to scrape it, I'm going to soak it in our degreaser. I'm going to go to lunch, let it soak over when I have lunch, and I'm going to come back and steam it all out again.
Okay. As crazy as it sounds, really excited to see the radiator in the condition that it was.
Looking that terrible.
Yeah, because that's just like, duh. That is exactly why we were overheating, is because that thing was so clogged that it wasn't going to allow any airflow through it to cool down. My question is did I really build up that much grime in the really month that we've been on the road, month and a half? Because when we bought this, they had a new engine or different engine put in it. So my thought is, well, they would have had to have seen the radiator or had the radiator out and then put it back in. And so I'm just wondering if I built up that much. Maybe I did, I don't know. But regardless.
Jackson Hole, that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, regardless, they're really excited about the RV being done. They think they can have it done possibly by the end of today. And if not, first thing in the morning. So we're on our third night of motels and we are completely over that situation.
We've made the best of it, and we've had to remind ourselves, sometimes hourly, like, God has us here for a reason. Let's make the best of it. But this morning, I think we were all, and I think the kids would agree, Arian's over it.
Over the motel life.
We're over it.
We're not going to start a new channel called Motel Life or Hotel Life.
Oh, packing
We won't
bags.
do it.
I don't even know where my life is. I am so lost. There's like bags of different, I don't know what's dirty, what's clean, what's packed, what's not, and that stresses a woman out right there, let me tell you. So I'm ready for our normal, which I know is crazy, but it's normal to us, and that's our home.
Yep.
That is our home, and I miss it, and I miss my bed, and I miss my coffee.
Yep.
And our kids miss it, don't you guys?
Yeah.
But we have got to shower. I mean, I wish you guys could feel my hair.
We have showered more than we've ever showered since we've had free unlimited water.
I even went and bought Dr. Teal's bubbles, lavender
Lane
bubbles.
took a bubble bath.
And took a bubble bath, and Grady took a bubble bath. We've made the best of it.
Hopefully by 4 or 5 o'clock they're going to call us. We'll come back, hopefully do a test drive is what we're hoping, so we can go ahead and leave. If not, it'll be tomorrow. We'll see.
If you're looking for it.
Finally, test drive number 3. Let's see how it does. I think we found it though. We're going to go same route we did last time. Going to go over that big hill and then turn around and come back up the big hill. And that should be the test. So it was at the very crest of this hill, the very first time we took it for a test run, that it overheated. And I can see the spot where I turned around for the very first time. And the temperature right now has not broke 190. And before we were hitting 230 in this spot. We're gonna keep going on. Turn around and come back up. It's steeper on the other side, but I'm pretty confident that we've finally got this nailed down and fixed the overheating problem. Okay, turn around. Current temp 186. See what she does coming up from the other side. This time I'm not going to be even messing with the transmission. I'm just going to leave it in automatic and let the tranny do the rest of the work. I'm going to let it decide what gear and the RPMs. Because I do know before I was running a little too high on my RPMs. So just a second ago it dropped down a gear, and when it dropped down a gear it also dropped down from 192 to 190, which is what it's supposed to do. When your RPMs kick up, it's supposed to increase the coolant flow and cool it down. And before it wasn't doing that. It's because the radiator was so clogged. But now we are maintaining the 192 and we're cruising along pretty good. Like, I don't feel like we're struggling to get up the hill anymore. The other thing I noticed is that my transmission temp is also cooler because it all works and coincides with the radiator and cooling it down as well. All across the board we are running way cooler than before, and this is exactly what everybody told me was you shouldn't be going over 200 degrees. Before, when we left Missouri and was headed out to Colorado, I was running probably 205 to 210 was pretty much my average, which tells me that I had blockage before we even left Missouri. So when I bought it, it was blocked that bad. And then whenever we went to that boondocking spot on Flaming Gorge on that long gravel road, that's whenever it just kind of sealed the deal. But now we're at the top and I was cruising 55, 60 the whole time and never broke 192. So we've got it fixed. I want to see your face when I tell you.
Are you kidding? Don't tell me really. We're
It's
dying
fixed.
in here. Why did you did you park it back in the garage. We just went through an emotional breakdown. Me and the kids were like, oh my goodness, he's not putting it in the garage. And then you put it in reverse and we're like, he is putting it in. And Grady was so cool. He's like, well, God has us here for a reason, guys. And Layla was like, why, God? Oh, hallelujah. Just that.
It's fixed.
Woo! Yes.
I told John when we was backing it up, I said, my wife's going to be like, oh no, it's not fixed. They're putting it back in the shop.
We were.
So I have to put it back in the shop because their head mechanic has to just do a final inspection on it, make sure that there's no leaks and that everything's good before they totally release us. But we're good. It never even got over 200 degrees. It stayed,
I don't even know what any of that means. But the Jeep's clean. We washed it, and Gabriel's terrified of car washes.
Oh, is he? You went through like an automatic car wash?
Automatic, and oh, bless.
We get to get back on the road, guys.
Let's do that.
Well, they're doing the final inspection.
Okay.
I've got to go pay a hospital bill. And we'll see what that'll be. Any guesses what that'll be? 5 days in the shop?
I just want to know how much it's cost us to like stay in hotels and
eat out, and we'll have to tally that up. We'll have to tally up the total cost for everything.
Sissy said, at least we're going to be in our real home.
Yep, we're going to be in our real house. We're going to sleep in our real beds tonight, guys.
And drink our own coffee.
And drink coffee. Our own coffee. All right, so let me go finish up with them.
Do that, and I'll just whatever you want me to do.
Okay. Is the LPO 6 ready to get back on the road? Let's do this!